Hi there, welcome back to my channel. It is Karista here for the weekly reading for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Leo, if you don't know your moon and rising signs, check the link in the description box to alwaysastrology.com. That way you can plug in all your birth details and get your entire chart information. And for additional messages for the week, you can look at your moon and rising sign in addition to your sun reading. This is for the week of June 20th to the 27th. I'll be using the Wisdom of the Oracle Tarot for the main spread and drawing a card from the bottom for general energy, and then drawing additional message cards from the Healing with the Angels Tarot and the Medicine Card Tarot. This is a general reading, so whatever's most prominent in your life, Leo, I encourage you to apply these messages to, and I hope that you find them helpful and healing. So Leo, I wish for you all success, joy, and wellness. I call upon Archangels Michael, Gabriel, Metatron, and Uriel to guide this reading in peace, clarity, protection, and wisdom. And I ask that Gaia please bless this reading for Leo. So Leo, while I'm getting your cards out, I did want to remind you that June 21st is not only the summer solstice, where the day is the longest throughout the year, but it's also a new moon in Cancer. So if you have any releasing tension or wounds that you need to, or you're ready to release from your life, you can do that in a really simple or complicated, if you want to do a big fancy ritual, whatever you like. But certainly you can keep it simple, and if there's just one issue you want to get rid of, you can take the opportunity on the new moon on the 21st in Cancer, with regard particularly to anything that Cancer rules. Now, Cancer, for example, rules the 4th house, which is all things having to do with the mother, children, family, hearth and home, women, psychic energy, the moon, the night, etc. Okay, so anything that involves those concepts, if you are ready to release something in that regard, you can do that. A fun, simple way to do that is to intentionally write down something on a small piece of paper that you're ready to release, that you're ready to let go of. And you can even say, I'm ready to let go of, or I release, or I no longer need. And you just write this down very simply, and you just contemplate those words so that they are intentional, and then do something fun like burn it and release it into a waterway or into, on a lake. I mean, burn it carefully, obviously, or crumple it up and bury it. Okay, it's something that no longer applies to your life anymore, and you're willing to get rid of it. And you'll be amazed when you release anything that's taking up space in your mind, heart, or body. It creates room for something new and better. So just an idea if you want to do something like that, Leo. So let's get your third card here. So far in your central position, we have the card Why. This is always about large questions. This could be ancestral questions like, why am I here? Why does this matter to me? Why do I keep running into things that cause X outcomes? And the reason I say that in particular right now is because the round and round is next to the why card. So this is something that you could be specifically asking. And again, so depending on what issue is prominent in your life, you could be saying, why is this happening again and again and again? Because of the round and round, we're looking at karma or larger karmic issues here, something that's just not going to go away. Either you're going to have to learn how to dance with that demon, so to speak, or it's time to get rid of it, okay? But the question for you this week is, why does that keep coming around? Why do I want it in my life? Why am I attached to this? Why do I tolerate this? Okay, stuff like that this week for you, Leo, all right? So just big conceptual questions. The reason I say this could be ancestral, or it could have something to do with esoteric meaning or esoteric leanings is because there is an Aborigine woman next to the book with wings. This has all the answers. It almost is if you get to the bottom of this really complicated but ongoing question for yourself, it's going to almost neatly solve almost everything else. But something large is encompassing a roadblock for you, or a speed bump or a hurdle of sorts, okay? This is where the big questions are going to be around. And it could even be throughout the week, Leo, that the questions are just about getting to the root of what that is. It's not even that you have to solve it this week. It's just if there's something that's going on over and over and over, you're kind of tired of it, it's time to start asking questions about it, okay? And then with the building blocks to the other side of the why card, this could also speak to why am I involved in certain things? Why have things gotten to this point? I don't see this as an action card necessarily this week. This could be about you coming to terms with certain things that you need to take action on, okay? But we'll look at these in detail in just a moment. The overall energy for the week, holy smokes, is the new life card. This is no small beans. I've literally read this for other signs in the past, and I've gotten messages from people who they're like, you don't even understand. Like, I literally just moved. I just started a new life somewhere. I gave something up that meant everything to me and something better turned out. This is what this means. This is not a small elemental card, okay, Leo? Something bigger awaits you, and it could be at the end of answering some of these big questions for you, okay? So something bigger and greater does await you, a new life, a fertile new ground for you, okay? So up close, I just want you to see some of the imagery here. We have the ancestor next to the book with wings. You can imagine that this book has all the answers to everything anyone has ever wanted to ask. And I will leave you with this before putting this down. I'm going to be looking at the color concept here as well. This is a very golden card. This reads as a golden opportunity for you to get to the bottom of something. I think it's going to solve a lot for you. Again, with the building blocks next to it, it's going to put a lot of other things in focus or in place for you once you get to the bottom of something rather massive for you. And when I mentioned esoteric, something, if it's not in the physical realm or if it's not something that's relational between you and someone else, and this is psychic or emotional or psychological even, this is something that is going to be freeing. If you're able to get to the bottom of this, the whole point is for it to be freeing. And I'm convinced that not one of us, no matter what your sign, not one of us could ask a question that you don't have the answer to. I'm not saying it'll come to you in a flash or it's going to be easy. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am convinced of is that whatever question you conceptualize and form and literally begin to ask, you already have the answer to. So please have faith in yourself that you wouldn't even be able to answer or ask this question if you didn't on some level have an answer to it, okay? You already have the answer. It's about getting perhaps rid of some rubbish or some clearing out some old energy that doesn't belong there anymore, okay, Leo? With the round and round, particularly next to this, it could be a question that you've asked before that you weren't able to get to the bottom of for whatever reason, okay? No judgment. It's just, it got put off, it got sidelined, for whatever reason. It happens to the best of us, right? But this week is giving you another opportunity to get to the bottom of that because it's saying this is sucking up so much of your time. This is probably creating drama on some level. And even that's a time suck and it's an energy suck. So I think in wanting or reaching for or dreaming of this new life is going to follow getting to the root of whatever's been dogging you, okay? And then with the building blocks as the additional card to the Y card, this is, again, if this were a central card, I'd say yes, this is an action card for you. But because we have these together, we have the big questions here, we have the karmic relationships, karmic concepts, karmic life path here, asking large karmic questions. I think this is going to play out in terms of, okay, Now, where do things fit? You're going to come up with something here, Leo. If you ask these questions, you're going to come up with something, and you're going to have to maybe even redo, not everything unless you want to. I mean, hey, what does that new life entail? That's up to you. How big is this for you? But you're going to have to maneuver, all right? Move some things around for yourself here because it'll behoove you. It's going to be a benefit to you in the future once you get to the root of that question there. So just moving some stuff around. And like I said, if this is manifest in the material world, great. But it's no less important or powerful if it's manifest in the emotional, psychic, or esoteric world. Okay, Leo? It's just as important. We all know, certainly from quantum physics, from a scientific level, for example, that there is such a thing as high vibration and low vibration, and that words and colors and uh, words and colors and sound, it's all vibration, and we're supposed to bring ourselves to a higher vibration um, in terms of heightening consciousness. So I think this is going to be a beautiful element for you this week if you choose to go here, Leo, and you ask these tough questions or go to this tough place, this karmic place that you're ready to let go of. I think you're going to find that if you do this, you will be rewarded here with the answered prayer card. Just because sometimes in the action, in the act of faith, in the act of forging ahead, getting to the bottom of something, looking at something that's difficult for you, there's a reward in that, my dear Leo. And it doesn't matter what zodiac sign you are. This just happens to be for you this week. This is about you in your life, how this is going to play out. It's just, I almost want to hear from you how this plays out for you. But I think that you will feel that even in the process of doing this hard work, that it itself will be a type of relief. It'll be a type of answered prayer. It'll be a new life, something to get you out of what you were in that was all about big questions that could have felt circular, kind of even going nowhere. That's no fun. Where do I go next? Where do I put this next piece of my life? I think when that question, that big question is answered for you, you'll be really pleasantly surprised, and it will feel like an answered prayer. Now, this is gorgeous to have as your outcome card. This is the Hummingbird. It's one of the most beautiful cards in this deck. I am going to look it up because I don't get this card very often and I don't recall the main term. Oh my gosh, how could I have forgotten this? Okay. This shows you how rare this card is. I have not seen this card in months. This Hummingbird's keyword is joy. Okay. How beautiful is this? Look at these two together. In fact, no, let's do all three of these together. So these are cards from all three decks, and look at how closely these resonate with one another. You've got joy, new life, answered prayer. I promise you, Leo, if you do the work this week, my friend, if you ask those difficult questions and you make a pact with yourself that you are ready to get to the bottom of it, this is what awaits you: an answered prayer, a new life, joy. And you're going to feel it, and everyone's going to know it. So I will leave the reading there just because I'm beginning to repeat myself. But I hope that this resonated with you and you found it helpful. If you have a moment, comment. Let me know how this plays out for you this week. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I upload a video for your sign every week. So in saying that, Leo, thank you so much for joining me today. Take good care of yourself, and I will see you next time.